All right, Ty, what's good with you, brother? How you been?
There's not much. I'm good. I'm blessed.
I feel you. Same here, man. What you? Well, I done known you for a good minute through a lot of people, and I don't remember. Did you go to Northside? I thought you did. I was like, I'm pretty sure you did, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we graduated the same class.
did we? What year?
2010.
Nuh-uh, you did. You did? No.
Yeah, I was just low key. I was about to say
I'm
I was.
trying to tell you. I'm like, really?
Stay low, half low key in school. I came at the second half of school.
Okay, see, that's why.
We
That's
didn't
why.
start our freshman year and
Okay.
stuff together.
Okay, see, I'm like, hold on, because I had New Day up there, but it was a lot of people like my junior Elmhurst and was it another school had closed down, but I know it was just a lot of influx of people that came in school.
I'm about to say I got to Northside my junior year. I lived out of town. Before that, I lived in Wisconsin. I'm about to say I moved around a lot and stuff. So I'll say yeah, junior year I came here and I've been here on and off ever since. So
How long? How was Wisconsin?
it's good. Depends which part you live in and stuff. Like I liked it down there when I was farther north in Wisconsin. When I lived in Milwaukee and stuff, it was cool. Like the city was cool, the blocks was cool. It's just one my cup of tea. I was the age I was stuck with all the kids because I was too young to get on the party bus and stuff. They're like, you can't go with us. You might as well babysit. And I'm the oldest cousin. It was terrible because then I felt like constant babysitter. I made good money, but I mean at the same time, all I did was hustle and chill with kids all day. That was terrible. I felt like I was a parent for like the first 6 years of being a teenager. So.
That's not fun, man. Not being able to get to do teenager stuff.
Yeah.
See, for me, I was the youngest, so it was hard trying. But whenever I got into high school, she loosened up the reins, but that was more so because I was just trying not to be controlled at that point in time. Ain't none of us is really. So when did you move from Wisconsin to here?
It was the summer right before our junior year.
Okay, so like 2009, 8,
2006, 7ish.
Okay. I didn't even know that, man. That's crazy. Small world. I know some people, some family that live in Wisconsin and stuff. So that's yeah. And I always wanted to go there, but I heard it's not popping there. I don't know if that's true.
It's popping, but it depends where you at. But it's always popping. Like Wisconsin, the three things we love: cheese,
right,
drinking,
Packers.
And the Packers. You're gonna see that no matter where you go in Wisconsin. That's three things you always gonna see. Like the strongest liquor, like at a bar served I've ever had, even going back as an adult, was in Wisconsin. Like for real, like 3, 4 drinks. Like and people at the bar, it's not just the females, it's the dudes and all that show love. Depending what city you go to, another dude to see you there and be like, "Oh, what's good, bro?" And they're free drink on me. I got you. Girls gonna buy me drinks anyway. It's a lot of love depending where you go to. But it's a lot of love there. It's real chill back. And everybody basically, they work, they party, and they go to sleep and raise their kids. Like, it'd be chill until you go to Milwaukee.
What's wrong with Milwaukee? See, I've been to Milwaukee. What's wrong with Milwaukee?
Ain't nothing wrong with Milwaukee, but there's different parts to it. Like, my sister stayed on, let's say 31st and Fond du Lac. Anybody from Wisconsin to know, like, the Fond du Lacs, to know that. So, we stayed in, like, the hood areas, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Like I grew up on you feel me, at 31st going to my brother's house, we didn't fuck with 32nd, you feel me? So it was a big difference. Walking around city was terrible. I mean, like I was the troubled child. I was the oldest, so I got blamed for everything. So I was halfway the troubled child. So I'm walking across the whole city like TT getting mad, kicking me out at like 13. Like I don't live here. I just got down here again. I'm looking at buildings trying to figure out, like, if I look at this building from this angle, it's my cousin's house. So I might as well walk that direction to try to find it type situation. So Milwaukee got its positives and negatives. But, I mean, all in all, it really ain't bad. Also, you can catch buses, like, all night.
That's what I was thinking, because what I meant by Wisconsin is I wanted to go up Green Bay, but I've never been to Green Bay. Or Madison or something. I just literally just been to Milwaukee, and it was like once. So, and other than that, but it just seemed, Milwaukee, it seemed like really tight, spaced, kind of. Like, it was clean and everything, but
that's my outside.
No, you good. I thought it was me. I was like, dang.
I forgot to turn it off.
No, you straight. But yeah, I've never been to Green Bay, so if it's popping like that there, like you say it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's everywhere you go, especially when you go north, it's all college towns. So being even in high school,
like Marquette and all that.
Hard. Yeah, like University of Wisconsin, everything was like right there. So we partied hard in Wisconsin, like 13, 14. Like we were partying because it was used to us. It was plentiful, and plus we were with all the college people. We didn't want to look lame at the beginning of high school, the end of 8th grade and stuff. So like all the big homies had us with it, and like we were safe. We had fun. I got to do stuff like up there, living in certain areas. We'd go to the next city. We'll walk to the next city over, like when you super far north, and we got to do stuff like climb on the side of like a little mountain and stuff during the middle of the summer. And mind you, most people think Wisconsin, oh, it's cold. It is not cold during the summer. It is like 98 degrees. We're jumping off cliffs into rivers and stuff. Like it was one time I was going across some tracks over. It was like huge, like 4-story drop to the water. And the trains came on both sides, and we all had to either decide to run or jump. Nobody was going to make it run. So we all had to jump off the bridge. Like, we had crazy times. It was so much fun there. It's just stuff you don't get here.
Right. Yeah. Well, stuff here I've been here, like, I was born here, so I don't think it used to be. I ain't gonna hate. It used to be, but then like this became like more of a church and business town and like stuff like that. Like it's even as an adult, like it's still like the same few things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can even mix it up and do like something to kill yourself, like laser tag and go what's the go-kart and all that type of stuff. But it's like I did all that whenever I was younger, here. So I just know it ain't nothing but here, so get yourself in trouble pretty much. And,
basically.
I mean, you could have I had good clean fun here, but you know,
yeah.
For the most part, it was the same type of environment. If I was, you know what I mean, it's just, you know what I mean, you know how it is here. You done been here a minute.
I was born here, but
right.
we kept moving back here. But the last 12 years, for the most part, I spent here. When I say in that 12 years, I burned out almost every place here that you can go to.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's not popping like that. And in the daytime, I just wish it was more like music stuff coming here and conventions and just a lot of stuff, but you just don't get it here. I mean, you do, but it's like mainly summer.
Yeah, you get like 2 Comic-Cons at best a year here.
And there ain't even legit ones. Like
it's not legit at all.
It's not. Because I have, every time some con or something comes, I always check, see who going to be here and what they going to have. And it's always super lame, vague stuff. And then it's like people you never even, and then you go look up their credentials and like,
you've done very little to nothing. Yeah.
I know they had, this past year, they had the voice of Bulma from Dragon Ball Super there. The Bulma from Super.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not a Z. It's 2 different people. I think that's what they said. But I know she was for sure in Super. But I ain't want to go with her because I guess it's some whole like crazy lawsuit going on right now with Funimation. And this dude, the dude that play that voiced Broly in Dragon Ball Z and Super, they just like bashing his name and stuff and saying like he was a pedophile or he was being like forcing his way on girls, and like then it made it to where he can't get no work, like at no Comic-Con. Funimation fired him, all this crazy stuff. The girl, the lady, her name is Monica Rial. I believe that's how you spell or pronounce her last name, but her fiance or husband or something was also on Twitter slandering the old boy and going deep, and it's just crazy. So so I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go get her autograph because I was like, I'm
gonna stay out of
this. Yeah, I'm not about to pay for. I don't know,
for the last edition of Bulma.
Either you right or you wrong. You know what I mean? And just how y'all was going about it, I just feel like it was not a good way to go about it. Things could be handled better without resorting to Twitter.
Yeah. I feel like Dragon Ball Super Bulma only came here because she's not a big enough name. Not to say it like that, but Dragon Ball Super Bulma has not been around that long. Mind you, Dragon Ball Bulma, Dragon Ball Z Bulma, I can give them credit. They did a major role in the show. Dragon Ball Super, Bulma really didn't do anything, period, besides get smart one time and almost got the Earth destroyed. Besides that, she's really never actually
Tell
done
me
anything.
about it. But the girl didn't write that. She's just voicing it. But
yeah, I mean, it's not her fault. But
I understand
you're not a
what
big
you're
enough
saying.
voice for me to come out and pay to see you. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
I wish I could. Frieza. I would have came for Frieza.
Oh man.
I would have came for Frieza.
Yeah. But I think they have 2 different Friezas as well for Z and Super.
But at least the one for Super actually had enough lines to make me want to come out for him.
I would have go. No, the one for Z was always around. You know what I mean? He was always there in the afterworld, so he was always around like Cell. But he was out longer than Cell.
Yeah,
that was the. Well, we go. Dang, I wanted to get into music stuff. But okay, so who your top 3 favorite anime characters or shows?
Top 3,
or you can give me both.
I'm just curious. Say, for shows, I would give it to Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. And then probably Naruto, as generic as it sounds, those 3 really made me branch out to other ones. Because, like, I started watching Dragon Ball Z, like, kid. Like, a good, maybe 9, 10-ish. Like, my brothers got me hooked on it.
Nakai Z.
Yeah, like
because you know how
Dragon Ball came out and retold the backstory. I started original.
Well, no, Dragon Ball was out. We just never
didn't have it.
That okay. So I don't want to cut you off, but so it's a big debate with dub and subbers, and it's just like I don't understand it. People in the States some people feel like they've always been able to see dub, and I'm just like sub, and I'm just like, no, you haven't, unless it was on a DVD. And even then, you had to order that mug or get it at the library. And that's the only way you got to see sub that for the people I know around the world.
Well, at least with me, there was only dub at the beginning. I did not know of sub at all because the internet was not around like it is today. The internet was on a circular disc that said AOL with a running man. You cannot convince me you found Dragon Ball Z subs on that originally. You did not find it. We only had it originally in dub, and Dragon Ball came back when I got older, and I wanted to see the original, and I found out how pervy it was later on. But Dragon Ball Z definitely started me. And then One Piece definitely took over. That's why I was telling you, go back. It's really worth the watch. I think they're still actually making a couple episodes for them now still, and they're still
of what?
Of One Piece.
Okay. So, I was like, because I've seen all of Z too many times. But One Piece, I had stopped watching it after. It was too. So listen, it was either I watched One Piece or Shaman King. And Shaman King was way doper than One Piece in the beginning. And even in the end, how Shaman King, if it would have lasted longer, it still would have been dope. But One Piece obviously has picked. I don't know, but I like to wait for shows to be over because I like to just crack them out and get them over with. But this gonna seem like it's gonna go on till
One
60.
Piece. I started rewatching it again, and I'm at like episode 550 of dub. So they have a nice, and the story goes along, and that's the best part of it that I really like is the story actually shows the crew what their crew's really been through. And it's not just based on Luffy, but you get Luffy's point of view, you get Nami's point of view, you get everybody's real backstory, how they came together and what their goal is. This was not a pirate crew that was meant to be a crew. This was like one guy deciding, like meeting people, and he looks kind of goofy. You know, you wouldn't expect him to be him, and then, or his family to be who they are. And him like he told them like, as soon as he met Zoro, he was like, you're going to be a part of my crew. He decided from the beginning, Zoro was a pirate hunter. He was not supposed to be on that side. And he gained trust and allegiance from everyone. And then he boosted everyone to the next level. Everybody got separated for like literally a year and came back together like better than they ever were. And like Zoro's whole purpose was to be the greatest swordsman of all time.
Kenshin got him beat.
I don't know.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop disrespecting. I need y'all to go do some history. Go do some.
Kenshin, because as a manslayer, he was.
He's ridiculous. Okay. So my view on Kenshin being the best is he's pure human being. There's no powers, no alien, no special this or that. He was just gifted at what he did, like us, like LeBron James is at basketball. You know what I mean? And he was just a savage. Like, y'all got the watered down version. Y'all don't know y'all gotta watch Samurai X. Y'all gotta listen, this man took out a whole, like, like 3 good platoons worth of farmers and soldiers, bro. I'm telling you.
Cause I'm about to say, I watch a ton of. So I gotta watch Samurai X so I can get it. But I already know how amazing he really is to an extent. Like I know I got to water down, but even watching towards the end, meeting his master and why it's only one person who actually has his fighting style, because you basically got to kill your master, and him finding a loophole around it showed a lot about him. But at the same time, Zoro has no powers or nothing. He did not eat a gum fruit or anything. This was hard work from a child, all the way built up. The person that he was trying to fight was a warlord who literally, like, boats could not make it actually to the Grand Line. He was on a chair, a regular chair on some boards just floating, and everybody was scared because he cut a whole ship in half with a single swing. The first time he fought Zoro, he did it with a sword about this big. And Zoro had all 3 of his blades. He took him down with a sword this big. He literally told him, like, oh, you're decent. I'll just use this one.
Ken should be somebody with a sheath, dog.
True. You meet a lot of people with his sheath.
You see what I'm saying? I respect him. I'm not saying he not great, but we gotta now. It's like basketball or football. Once you get them in okay, so this is who we bring it to the number 1 tier. Now we just splitting hairs. We ain't saying nobody ain't great, but when we finding the best, I'm still on Team Jordan or Team Wade. People hate on D Wade, so but I'm on Team Jordan. See? You know what I mean? I'm not on Team LeBron. He ain't did enough, and we just splitting hairs.
I'm not Team LeBron. I still feel like Kobe overall was a better player. Okay. T-Mac wouldn't have got injured. T-Mac would have been the greatest. I don't care what anybody has to tell me.
Think so?
Original T-Mac before he got injured.
What do you mean by greatest?
T-Mac was the clutchest player, period. When he first came out before the injuries, between the points he dropped, his athleticism, his defense, and his clutchness, so many games he clutched, there was no player built like that. I feel like he would have at least got 6, depending who was with. But with the super teams, I feel like T-Mac at his prime, with who he was going against, he could have got 6. I'm not saying at the end. Once LeBron and them really hardcore got going into there and they got vetted after a couple years, he would have stopped winning.
So let me say this to you. So LeBron, D-Wade, Melo came in 03. Okay. T-Mac was already in the league. He had from the time I'm gonna just say this. He already had a head start on what it was like to be in the league. So from the time they got in the league, LeBron and D-Wade had already been to the finals, and D-Wade had won the finals and was finals MVP. And at that time, before LeBron and KD's 2 runs, he had the best finals since Jordan. So T-Mac from then on until 08 when he got injured with Shane Battier and them boys from the Houston Rockets, yeah. So and Yao Ming and I don't know about 6. If he was healthy,
who he would have had with him though, because those teams wouldn't have been set up the same. They would have won.
I believe he would have won maybe 2, maybe 3 if he would have went into a situation like KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray during the end of they run. Because I think he would have lasted until like prime T-Mac, like prime T-Mac. Because T-Mac could always ball, but I'm talking about prime T-Mac. Yeah, killer T-Mac.
I had his jersey
Killer T-Mac would have lasted until like 2010, 2011. Prime.
But this is what I'm saying though. With the way the teams were set up, T-Mac would have had more players gravitating towards him in the first place.
That's true.
The teams wouldn't have been set up how they were. If the teams were exactly how they were, there's no way he would have won 6. You're right. He would have won like 1, 2.
But the reason I'm saying that is because of other people. But go ahead. I just want you to keep that in mind while that was happening. The Celtics came together, and then the Heat came together, and the Bulls had a squad, and in New York, Melo, Knicks.
Yeah, they destroyed Melo's career.
And in the West, it was even worse.
They destroyed Melo's career. They destroyed Melo's career.
Did you see that interview today?
I did not see it today. I was actually busy all day. I wish I would have got to see it.
I had seen it this morning because, like right before we was getting into the. Oh, actually, no. When we came back and I was about to head out again, I had sat here and watched it because somebody got it all on like a 19-minute clip, so I got to listen to it. Yeah, I was like, bruh, yeah. because I was still sitting here doing my thing, and then I was listening to it, I was like, bruh, they is doing him dirty.
I don't like my career player to get drafted to the Knicks. I'd be upset with that. Not even say it like that, but the Knicks just personally they just haven't had the right coaching staff because they've had opportunities. They've had chances to pick up the right players. They've had chances to trade out the right players. They've had a chance to really build around Melo, but they waited so long to do it. Melo wasn't Melo. Melo was amazing when he came out. That we know who we was backing when they came out. When they came out, I'm not gonna play. I was a Melo fan. I was not rooting for LeBron at all at first. I lived in Ohio when this happened, and I wasn't rooting for LeBron. It wasn't like that. It was just with everything that was going on. I just saw Melo being a prospect that I felt like could have went farther. It just didn't.
Well, half of it's Melo. I can't just put it on all the team. He should have just went to Miami. If you're telling me it should have been you instead of Chris Bosh, you know how many rings they would have got.
Boy.
You know how many rings they would have got
Boy.
at that time? They would have been the Warriors before the Warriors.
They would have been. They would have been. It would have been nasty, but
come on, man. Because we already had Ray and Shane, and then you would have had LeBron and Melo on the wings too, and then D-Wade just killing everything except for the 3-point line. Come on, man.
Shout out though, right now. I'll be my favorite player was Russell Westbrook. Shout out to that man. Finally deciding to leave OKC. I'm not even gonna put it like that. With y'all? But he, as hard as he worked, you got to give it to Westbrook. Mr. Double-Double.
Give him what? Give him what? Listen, can I tell you something? D-Wade got a triple-double on some shits and giggles the last game he played. That showed me then, no offense to Russ West, this has nothing to do but the stats. I am purely talking about the numbers here. Some of them inflated, and it's not the points. He puts in work offensively with points, and defensively he'll get up in the people and play defense. But the rebounds and the assists was a little inflated to me.
Well, I mean, it's really going to set him off playing with Harden, but the problem is that defense.
I think it's going to work.
That defense is going to be terrible. They're going to have to outshoot every team.
I don't know.
They have to outdunk every team. Who do they have really? Harden does not play defense. He plays defense.
But they can hide him. They can hide him like they hide Steph Curry. I think they going to. And listen, you got to think, Mike D'Antoni don't cover defense. Come on, man. Like, who you kidding? We can't even put that responsibility on. It starts from the top. Ain't that what they say? The trickle-down effect. And that man just trickled down offense.
And I feel like Russell is going to add to them buckets and be an extra problem, but I just don't. I see their defense being the thing that's going to fuck them up.
Even though I said what I just said, I think it's going to work. I think they're going to be top 3. And if Klay come back by February, the end of February or beginning of March, y'all better look out because y'all talking a lot of stuff. But I'm just like, y'all forget. They did lose KD, but they did get D'Angelo back. They did lose Iggy. They lost Iggy and Sean Livingston, but let's be real here.
What are they really doing?
Right. I love Iggy, but come on. And Sean Livingston wasn't doing nothing until KD went down. True. They wasn't even playing like that. They was playing them out of necessity.
D'Angelo
and be real, if we look at it, KD done always had an injury mostly for like the last few seasons. Mostly his feet, his legs or something.
I mean, look how he's built. He's built like a spider. Like, this man was bound to get injured because he has a basketball player's body, but
I think a lot of these players see since AI, D-Wade, Derrick Rose, you know what I mean, players like that did crazy maneuvers with their body, even T-Mac and Kobe Bryant and stuff like that. But like just the smaller cats that was just doing people up under the rim and then getting to the cup. I think that's took a toll on the NBA, like the 3-point shot. You know what I mean? Like the dude, this is what did in Derrick Rose, and they covered it when the injury was going down. He was doing moves that his body could not handle for whatever reason that may be. whether he wasn't putting in the time for that to strengthen it up, or it just couldn't handle it at all, or whatever it was. But because everything he was doing was aggravating, and then when he came back from the first injury, he didn't work out the other leg as much as he should have to stabilize it out, and he got re-injured, and now all the players.
Part of it is on him, especially with the not working out well enough coming back. But also,
I mean, I don't know.
But put way too much on his shoulders.
Oh yeah,
that's why he really got injured.
Tom Thibodeau grinded everybody in the ground.
Everybody, like for real, and they are amazing players. But Derek had longevity. If he didn't have to put so much on his shoulders to actually make it worth it, then at that point,
you got to think. Listen, there was Kurt Heinrich, who's just not in the league at all. Joakim Noah, when he left, didn't do nothing. Lou Aldine came to us, didn't do nothing. Went to Lakers, didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. Derrick Rose, we know that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
traded and still didn't.
Right.
But I mean, everybody can't beat Kobe, and that's why shout out to Kawhi Leonard, because he watched so much Kobe game film. The way he was playing that last game, I felt like I was watching Kobe again. I really did. And I've not been that excited to watch a game of basketball in a while without it being like something big. Like for real, wasn't it just about how big it was? It was the moves and the points he was willing to risk and take. And you know he practiced over and over. I saw Kobe's game finish that night, regardless. And that's why they won. And shout out to him becoming a better all-around player when they needed it. Because to be honest, his defense is amazing. Their defense was already weird. I'll give it to the Raptors have the weirdest defense until Kawhi got there and it made sense.
The problem is we aren't familiar seeing it. Their defense remind me of the Lakers defense whenever they had their twin towers with Bynum and Gasol. Because if you think about it, they had Bynum, Gasol, Lamar Odom, Kobe, Derek Fisher was their starting lineup. That's so versatile on so many levels on offense and defense. You get so many things done. So you always got two big dudes, and that's what they had. They had Ibaka, then they had the other Gasol brother, then they had Spicy P, and then Kawhi and Kyle Lowry. That's what their lineup was. Don't that remind you? Lakers?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but I do give it to him for picking the game style he did. Like,
for sure.
The way he played was perfect for that.
I think it was kind of a letdown though, because they got super copped out with the injuries. It's just a bummer. It's just a bummer because you know what I mean. Everybody always gonna have that in the back of their head.
If such and such, if this didn't happen this way, I mean it did, so you can't argue it, but it's always gonna be an argument about it.
Well, this is the thing though. We seen what the Warriors did to LeBron and whoever else, and what they was whenever KD did come back for that minute before he got injured the second time, they was going in on him already. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting to is like, it would have happened regardless.
They lost two main players, like not like
Clay,
kind of man. Clay is definitely, because not said like that, but when Steph is off at all, Clay picks up so he. I feel like Clay gets treated at this point in time a little bit better than Russ was when Durant was on him. Because I used to get so upset when coaches used to be like, yeah, the problem we got to watch out for tonight is Durant. Like, there's a whole Russell Westbrook right there. Like, what do you mean he's not a problem?
But Russell Westbrook ain't a problem offensively whenever it comes to shooting the three or the mid.
Oh, yeah, three is...
Come on, man. We got to be real. His field goal percentage is not...
I'm not gonna play this one person. If people
in the 30s, that's not cool.
In 2K, if you can't hit green with Russ, I'm giving you some space most times. I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna hold the inside.
Who you telling? I don't even give certain players time. I know you can't shoot. 2K be on that BS though sometimes.
2K madly be on that BS.
So when did you start the music thing? Directly when we got out of school?
Oh no, I've been doing music since 5.
Oh,
I've been engineering since like 14.
Nice.
Like I've been doing a lot. I'm about to say at 16 is when I started my studio. Like my full-fledged like bigger studio that I have now. I started originally collecting that setup at 16, and it's like grown since. And I'm about to say I do a lot of music. Surprisingly, in high school, not that many people knew about it to an extent. Like a lot of people from my side of town, like the east side of town, all of them knew about it, but some of the other kids didn't know because I just didn't talk to a lot of people in school. By that time, I thought I was leaving back out of town. Like I was supposed to move to California after school. and only stayed here for my kids. Either I was going to go out west or I was going down south. So I was like, yeah, I should have probably talked to more people if I knew I was going to end up being stuck here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still not too late. I didn't know you have been doing it that long, but I think mostly because like what I noticed is going through school, if you like school hopping, you never get to have a longevity of friends like that. You know what I mean? And you just popping up in the middle of something that's already been going on, and you like kind of because I've been there like too many times because we kind of school hopped until I got to high school, which I stayed there for 4 years. So that's why I knew everybody because I didn't go to Lakeside and I didn't go to Northwood, and that's where most of all the kids from came there and went. And I didn't go to either one of those schools, and maybe even Lane, but I went there my 6th grade year and then left halfway through there. Went to Guy and left there and went to another, you know what I mean? So I was all over it. So I think that's probably why.
Yeah, I about to say like my only like super old friend like to this day is like Cicero.
Oh man, me and him go back to like 8 or 9.
I have 1st grade pictures of us together.
Oh word.
Me and him became best friends after fighting in 1st grade. Like loved his mom to death. That's
crazy.
His mom was an amazing lady. Like that's the homie. We go. Me and him go back. But other than him, I really don't have any.
She was super nice.
Friends.
She was so nice.
She really was.
Like I was just come over and I was like super shy, and I think she could tell. Like, cause I was like 7, 8 or something like that. Whenever I met Cicero, cause he lived like 8 houses down, but everybody played on the same street, and me and my brother just kind of bumped into him one day. So, and I had met her a few times, so she was real cool. But I didn't know you knew Cicero. I knew you knew him, but I didn't know you knew him for that long.
Oh yeah, that's my. You can even ask him all the time. He be like, "That's my day one." I'm like, "That's my day one." People don't realize that's the only friend I can look back. Like we have childhood pictures, like 1st grade class together, childhood pictures. We go all the way back. But other than him, I really have like none. We moved constantly from like California, Wisconsin, we went out south, we lived up north, we lived in Ohio. I just literally like I got a little piece of everywhere that I got to get used to. And I think a lot of it shines through my music because I do a ton of types of music and stuff. It's just really be all on my vibe. I'm really box myself in it because I just lived everywhere, so I got a love and appreciation and got to see the different views of people.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because I think that's like whenever you leave and go to a lot of places, you start to get more and more of an idea of like different, like there's similarities of Fort Wayne and other places, but there's also a lot of different other dynamics, even if there is some similarities in those areas. And even whenever you go to like the more happening places, there ain't no similarity. Like it's just a whole new world type of deal. Like that's what I've seen, and it come with a whole new vibe of people and attitudes and all that type of stuff. So that makes you want to get into a bunch of other stuff because, you know, whenever I come back here and talk to some people that's been, they kind of close-minded to some things. And it's not, you know what I mean? I don't blame them. I'm not mad at them. It's not a big deal or nothing about it. It's like, you know, just keep that open. You know what I mean? I've had to do that same thing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just wish people would be more open-minded. It's a lot more out there than Fort Wayne, like a lot more.
So much more. And everybody I talk to, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll be about it here. I go to Indy or I go to Atlanta."
Chicago,
I'm like, or I take trips down to Chicago, and I'm like, but it's not just that. Like that's still the main cities we go to from here. So a lot of us be there, and a lot of the same situations to an extent switch over. Like musically, not the same because there's a lot more love in Chicago and Atlanta. But as far as like seeing the other side, like I've got to spend some time in the country and like do stuff like huge campouts where everybody get their kids together and we all was on one huge land of property and like all the adults did them and like the rest of us got to spend the whole day like doing this for a whole weekend. I done seen my nephew at like 4 or 5 got lost in a cornfield. I had to find him. Whoa. Like I've been through those kind of stuff, but then we had the fun stuff like the adults tricking us into touching.
I lose my mind if I got lost in the cornfield.
It wasn't even like 1 or 2 kids. It was like 15 kids got lost, and it was all the
15.
It was like all the little kids were together. 15. And the bigger kids, we were playing around and we were having fun and having balloon fights and then a pool and stuff. And the little kids wandered off. to go play, and then we couldn't find him. Now all we heard was crying from the cornfield. So like, here come us and all the adults, and all you guys like, y'all not watching them? I'm like, we don't have kids. These are y'all kids. Y'all better watch them. And they were like, well, we didn't know. Well, they got to stay away from the cornfields. But it was fun stuff like that. Like, it wasn't the same sense. Like, it was the laid back feel of that versus the constant hovering parenting you got to do in the city for the most part, and the certain stuff like. Even like nighttime here, I cannot stand. Like I gotta hate. Like I got appreciation, but a hatred for the city at nighttime to an extent most of the time. And it's just because it ain't the same. Like being out in the country at nighttime, especially when it's like the perfect night and it's that breeze and having a fire and being out in the midst of woods where only thing you can see is a ton of stars and everything else. You get a different respect for the world versus the other stuff. And that's all I feel is like people don't get to see the respect for the world, that it's not just a terrible side here.
Right.
You either have like, oh yeah, we good because I'm winning right now and I'm up, or stuff terrible. You don't get to have that fun, but everything free, and I ain't got to worry about beefing with somebody else situation here, unless you like stay in the house. And that's how I really feel like it's starting to get inside a lot of the cities, and it's really kind of irking me a little bit because I don't want my kids to grow up not realizing like there is so much more to be offered than this. There's like I got to go four-wheeling, like all real stuff. Like really grew up fishing, but really the fishing where we walked in the water and it was like up to our waist. And like, Ty, you better listen to me. Don't pass that point or you're gonna probably go underwater. So you have to swim back or drown. Like, be cool. And they don't get that here. They get, oh, you gotta watch out for the street. Oh, don't play in the street. Oh, don't do this. Oh, don't do that. It's the freedom is different. Like I don't feel like we were really meant to be as like hovered over it and taking care of some of the ways that the city forces to have to do it. It's almost like we're encaged inside thinking that like this is all there is drinking, kicking it with homies, doing the same 7 things that you do, or stay at home. When you could do anything in the world, you can go hunting, fishing, you can just go kick it by yourself. You can go get a tent and just disappear in the woods. Like, and I was used to doing that at like 14, 15. Like, I take a tent with the homies and disappear in the wood. Or we had like a homie who grandparents had a mansion. It was like the first time I ever saw like one of the doors with the key push buttons. So of course we all learned the password to it. So then we were like pressing the button like 13. We had like whole mansions to ourselves, and it was like going down to the busy street with all the college kids. Like, we got $20 for whoever buy us a bottle at the bar, and we'd pay for our little bottle, and we'd be cool, and we'd be in the house and we'd kick it, and we chilled out. We got the partying out of our system, but at the same exact time, like it was an age where our liver was healthy enough to handle it. Even though probably shouldn't have been doing that. Do not do underage drinking. Don't follow my my paths. But if you do it, just know I'm not gonna talk about you because
I'll slow down.
I'm telling you. But I mean, that was the difference. I had the freedom to do wrong if I wanted to, so I didn't. The only thing I really did was drink. And it was because like I didn't want to do the rest. I had every opportunity to do it, but why would I do it when I can do everything else under the sun? Like we have fun, we have girls, we have everything, and like people aren't questioning where we're at. They know we're safe.
Yeah, we had a little setup like that out by you know where Coldwater is, the movie theater and Walmart and all that.
Yeah.
Right behind there is some apartments called Archer's Point. They used to be called Cambridge Square whenever we was younger, but it was like a whole street of us, like me, Tracy, our friend James.
I used to be around then. I don't think you remember me. Cause I'm about to say I used to be with Daniel's my cousin. He used to be around me a lot. I'm about to say Tracy used to be around me because of Daniel. I used to kick it with Laura. I used to talk to somebody I'm not going to name because we're on podcast.
Well, see, at that time, I wasn't hanging out. Me and Tracy was cool, but I wasn't hanging out with Tracy and Laura because it was just, I knew things and everything.
I know that whole
and
story.
Daniel, yeah, and I'm cool, and I wasn't trying to be, Ty, I was not trying to be in that mode.
I ain't gonna
Uno momento, and I have my own other BS going
on. Me and Laura still homies. I still got her on Snap. We still cool, everything else. I told Daniel to begin with, I was there when he introduced him to him. And I told him, like, bro, don't leave him alone. Like, you don't feel the vibe. You can't tell what's going on. And he was like, no, the family. So we're not going to talk about it, but I don't feel bad about the situation.
I was just saying, I didn't
feel bad about the situation to an extent because I'm like, every sign was there. I warned you. It was a messed up situation, but I'm not here to judge because I know all of us and how everybody was.
No, that was crazy.
We were young and people don't always think straight. Loyalty wasn't always the first thought on everybody's mind.
Don't worry about nothing he said,
Yeah, don't worry about all of that.
No big deal.
That's all ancient stuff.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. Anyway,
shout out to most of them though. So like almost all of them. Like I'm still for the most part cool with all of them. They still living their lives, doing them. Some moved away, some stayed close. You feel me? It was just.
I'm proud of everybody that's starting to just do it because we was all like 18, 19, and that's just.
It was just being kids.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad everybody kind of found their own way, and people was doing my buddy Taylor Fredericks. Shout out to you, man. He down south in Texas and been doing this thing for a few years. Got a band, do movies and all types of stuff. So people like I got another homie that's a music engineer and everything like that, and I think he teaches up in New York and stuff. So Isaiah Stevenson, you, Jeff, Michael, Thomas, Clay, Kloppenstein, Tracy, all y'all. So
which is crazy. You know what's crazy? I did not get really close to Isaiah
until he lived in Indy.
When he lived in Indy, I went down there with Swiss. Shout out to Isaiah. I have not had so much fun.
Isaiah, I miss you, man. Me and Tracy miss you, man.
I miss you too. When I say
brother. And I seen you had a book out, man. If you ever see this,
he is. I give it to him. He's so cool. He made sure
you got his number.
Uber. I used to have it.
Cause that's what I'm saying. Cause I keep getting new phones, and I don't never get to keep nobody's number.
He partied so hard. He made sure all of us was included. Got into the Uber safe, and he stayed out. Man. He was like, "I'm not done."
Right. That's safe. Man.
He was like, "Y'all be safe."
We would go out with him too. Me and Tracy. He would always be trying. Here. And he was like, man, I don't know. I might go here, this and that. I was like, man, one time I went out with him. I was dead sick, bro. Like, dead sick.
That was Swiss that night.
Shouldn't even have went.
You better watch this, Swiss. Shout out to you. Swiss threw up on our Uber.
Oh.
We had the nicest Uber driver, though. They let us go and wash it off.
I feel for you, Cinnamon Roll.
He literally, we got that tore up. I was like, bro. Because when I got there, I was like, we drove down here. We good. We can drive in. And they told me, like, before we went out, like, nah, bro, listen, you do not drive when you go out with Zay. You do not drive. You will not want to drive through Indy. Like, trust me. I didn't understand why we got that Uber until we were headed back home with Swiss. Yeah. Then I understood, like, that was a good choice.
Yeah. Crazy times, bro. Crazy times. I'm telling you. Yeah, see. I slowed down. We about to go out tonight, but now I'm going to, like, support people's shows and stuff, so I'm not getting messed up or nothing like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I like to do that now because I stopped doing that because, man, my brother and me used to be in strip clubs every night, and I'm not exaggerating, and he know it to be true. Like, it was some nights where we didn't go, but then it was a lot of nights where we did just go straight to back. I'm like, bro, what is going on?
When I say I got a lecture from Swiss's cousin, he was like, bro, can you please look at this Swiss? This is when I was working in the strip club. I was a DJ and I was doing security. When I say while I was DJing in the strip club, that's why Swiss started going. We were there every night. When I say
what strip club was this?
Shanks West.
Oh God, you was at.
But it was back when But
was it cool?
I'm about to say
still?
West has always been cool.
I was gonna say Shanks.
But when I was in there, I got it rocking. Like on the non-rocking days, it started rocking.
Showgirl, what you want to stay away from?
Yeah, I don't do showgirls.
I don't do strip clubs at all no more.
I do because I get
nothing wrong with it. I have my feel on it. You know what I mean? People want to go. I don't really care.
I have my feels. I've been
that's what I'm saying. I'm cool. Right. So 16, I went down to Texas and was like for a whole good 2-3 weeks. My brother gave me. He had I don't even care. My brother had his Army ID, or he had two different state IDs or something like that. He gave me one of them. We looked exactly alike, especially whenever I was younger. Exactly alike. So he went in and used his ID, and about 15 minutes later, I had came in. Because it wasn't really registered on their mind or nothing like that, names like that. They was just checking age. So then I came in. It was cool. We went in. It was cool until we started getting, because my brother and his friend, they had a lot of money. So with money comes the entertainers. And then I was just getting drunk. But I had one strip lady. This girl was like pounded me, bro. Like it was crazy. I was like, this is like she was hurting me. I was hurt. Like it was like it was.
You'd be surprised.
I don't even know. Like she was bouncing like it was like a hoop. Like
you gotta go into strip club. You gotta watch before you pick
listen,
one.
man. It was like my second strip club. What are you talking about?
You have to watch to see what it's like before you get that dance. I've done.
Man, the private dances go down differently. The private dances always, and especially depending on the lighting, always go down differently. That's what I have gathered. They dance differently whenever they out there sometimes, and whenever it's just you and you just.
They like, yeah, these little dollars.
Because I was like 16, I was like
$20 to $40 at a time. What's up? Come a whole different situation, but I'm not that person. When I go out to the strip club because, like, R.I.P. my cousin Tommy, love him to death. He loved him. That was just his place to go to. It wasn't like he got danced or not. He just liked to go there. He liked the music. He liked to drink. He knew everybody. It was his comfort zone to an extent. So, out of respect for him, a lot of us still go there. Even though it became Shanks East. That's what's up, bro. We go there just show support. But to be honest, a lot of the girls either I know because I done worked with them. We done grew up together. We done been friends for 10 straight. Some of them I know for like 12 years straight. So I like give them a few dollars, but I'm like, I'm not trying to see you shake nothing. Like, I've known you for 12 whole years. Like, at this point, I know too much about you where you became one of the homies, and I don't want to talk to you like that. I know your positives, but I know your negatives too. So we're going to just keep this on a professional level. Take this little $10 and go ahead and keep on walking. I just support you, trying to put food on your table and do what you need to do. But I definitely understand that. I'm the person where I go to a strip club. I figure out the one girl that I choose for the night that, oh yeah, this is the one that I want to like have fun with. But half of the times I don't do that. I go, let's say, press a little thing to play the punching bag thing. I had a night, my brother still laughs. He's like, bro, y'all the only people I know who had all the strippers in y'all section, but y'all playing with the punching bag. Y'all did not even, like the girls were punching the punching bag and everything.
Whenever you go in there, listen, oh my gosh, I was in North Carolina, bro. And whenever I tell you, I would only come in there, I would get a dance when my brother literally would walk up to me, have already paid the stripper, and have set me up to make me look so I don't like insult her or something like that. I'm like, really? Like, clearly. It was like one time, and it was like, literally one time. And it was like way, way after he was already exposed me to the game and turned me inside out Stripville. And I was like, bro, I don't want to do this. Like, why do you do this? Every night. Like, I just want to drink and I want to play pool. I want to drink and I want to play pool. And every time I would, he would come bring a girl over. I was just like, this is not going to keep happening. You need to have a sit down.
That used to be me at some point. Like, especially when I worked there, that used to be me. Especially the Swiss. I feel bad for it. But I was like, I knew these girls. I was used to them. I mess with them. So the ones that's my hunger that I mess with, I buy it. Like, because I ain't about to tell you, I'm cool with taking a dance on you. Me and you work together. I have to see you tomorrow. Like, I do not want to deal with you. I buy my homie a dance.
Well, he had a couple girls in there that was like, he was cool with. So they would both like want to try and fuck with me, and I was like, that's not cool, cause I had a stripper. I was gonna tell you, a dancer come up to me, and I just want to be respectful, to anybody. She came up to me, and I think she either took me outside or just off to the side or something like that, and was just like, how come you always come in here and you never get a dance from anybody? I was like, I think I've tipped some people that are just standing there because my brother made me like give her this $1, and then I buy my drinks and I pay for my pool. So I was like, I feel like this shouldn't be a problem. And she had to make a whole thing about it. I guess they've been talking about it in the dressing room and all. I'm like, dude, does it matter?
I'm about to say, yeah.
Does it offend you?
To an extent, because different strip clubs got different rules. Working there, I understand that because like we didn't get tip outs. What paid me? Right. And what paid some of the managers.
Well, I tipped and all that. I did all that. But what I'm saying is like, there was a long time where I didn't at all. I had before, and once again, that was forced on me. But I just never did. And my brother stopped messing with me about it because we had to talk. And we were still going. And after a while, like, one of the strippers confronted me. I was like, listen, man, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Like that,
I was like, maybe I just got a thing for one of the strippers. And I come here to see her, and I don't know her schedule, so I just come and see when she here. And if she not here, then I just try to have a good time.
I keep it lit with them. I'll buy like a dancer, so if I'm in here, I'll spend a little bit of money just to support the business side, because I know the owners, everything. Like, obviously, I've worked for y'all. Like, I know y'all. I know what y'all going through. You feel me? So if I come out, I gotta spend something. It's just out of principle, but it won't be much. I can't play. Half of the time, the girl that I find attractive in the strip club is the bartender.
Right.
Is the waitress.
Right. And it's nothing personal. And it's like, listen, if I was in your shoes and I was close like that, I would do those things without even. I would just tip them. Like, I don't need it, but I just, you know what I mean. I didn't necessarily need it like that. It was cool, just because I was out in the streets doing my own thing anyway. With, you know what I mean, actually girls I could touch, that they was okay with me touching. Nobody was gonna come yank me up or make a big deal about it. You know what I'm saying?
Moreover, I didn't
and they
spend
wanted
that money to touch.
And that was the big problem was it wasn't giving them the money. It was the fact that what they was doing with the money was not most of them, but a good portion of it was giving them to their dude or something. And I'm like, hold on, man. Hold on, man. First of all, I don't even want to be in this exchange we got physically. Secondly, I'm not contributing your dude whatever he doing.
Hey,
I'm just not.
Shout out to the strippers. I love y'all.
I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them.
Crazy?
I'm not. I don't. If I'm not making a big deal about what you're doing, which is not, I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Just don't make a big deal about me.
I loved dating strippers until I worked at a strip club, and then I realized it got to be definitely the right one, because when you deal with like 12 of their attitudes at once, and like the boyfriends coming in, like the amount of stuff I've seen, like I've seen boyfriends try to walk straight to the dressing room from the back, and I have to like pick them up, like, bro, I'm gonna sit you outside this once, bro. If you come in here any extra hot, bro, it's gonna be a fight. Like, I'm not going, and I have backup. I don't know if you do, but you have to make it out this door. I'm gonna just warn you, because I don't have a problem with you coming back in here, but bro,
crazy.
You are not about to be domestic in here. I'm okay with people being crazy, but also at that time,
crazy. Like,
I work
pulled out.
I work
security.
A
little pew pew.
I work security. You got to realize I helped my homie start a security company. Like, I took a pause on my studio. I helped my homie start a security company because that's what he really wanted to do. So I really put all my efforts at really helping him, and we both ended up winning at the end. But when I say, even like Wrigley's, it was terrible before we got there. You know, I get so much respect and Wrigley's. I got so much love for them. But you don't think plenty of people, all this extra stuff, like I told them, even though I'm doing the security stuff, I got a badge on everything else. This badge come off. This is not a police job. This is a regular dude trying to make a check. You got a problem? We can meet. I've had my M16 pull up to the bar, and I carried it around the bar, and I told the bar owner, like, you're regular that you live back in here all the time? Or he gonna say, oh, tonight he gonna shoot something. I'm telling you right now, it's on me and it's loaded, and I will shoot this. I will shoot this whole month. Like, I'm not playing with you. You better have insurance. I'm not playing with you. My life is more important than your business.
You're not there no more.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Good.
I'm cool, but it be almost like halfway to respect level. I come with everybody with respect. It's only when you take it to that level, because most people, it's not off the rip shooters. You can tell the ones who really is. If you being around enough stuff, you can tell who really about it. No one's. I don't even argue with. Like, off rips, I'm telling them, like, he gonna be a problem. Half the time I'm calling my cousins like, hey, slide up here. I might need y'all to bring something to me real quick. Like, what's going on? Just know it's a drama time. I just got an iffy feeling about dude. I ain't never take. That's why I've had so many guns pulled on me. You would not believe the amount of times that situation got back down because we really upped. Like, I had to up at a whole bus full of people. Shout out Tiberius. Was with, like, for real with me. The party bus got into a fight with a bunch of dudes in the bar. It was two of us in the middle of two big groups of parties fighting. The bus did not win, by the way. Because, mind you, the bus was in the wrong to begin with. Ty started fighting the bus. I had to start fighting the bus people. They hopped back off the bus with their guns, which I have no idea what the party bus rules is here, but apparently you can sneak your gun on there very easily. And the cops ended up pulling up down the street, but luckily I had mine on me. I had to make people get back in the building and everything, but I already could tell from the get-go, like, the one who ran his scary self onto the bus in the first place. You were not a shooter. Like I told Ty, he was like, bro, why didn't you? And I was like, because I didn't make extra paperwork when he obviously went about it. He wanted to flash and scare everybody, which is cool, but that's why I stayed where I was a far enough distance where I really felt like he couldn't get me because I was right by the door. I can always just get back in real quick and then poke back out. But I'm shooting that bus up, bro. I was not going to care. No. And we would have to figure this out in the paperwork.
Well, I'm glad you're not doing that no more, Ty.
It was terrible.
You're not doing
it was terrible.
No more, man.
And that's why
it's too many people I know in my age dying.
It's a lot of them, and I hate to see so much of them. But in my mindset, even at that time, was like I could have been in the streets, still risking my life, or I could have been doing something legit and risking my life. Where I know with the legit stuff that I was doing to risk my life,
at a
my
bar
kids
though,
would be taken care of.
the strip club.
It wasn't even about the bar or the strip club. It was the other business behind it. You feel me? Yeah. My business itself. And we had freshly got our insurance. We had freshly just got our insurance on the business. Like, so we're insured for stuff to happen. Oh, you shoot at me. Austin, right now, I'm telling you, there would be a whole battle for if there is a situation where I die and it's not covered.
Pause for the cause, though, in the future.
Yeah, but
you got
I'm
kids
no longer.
and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm no longer.
Let's be a little calm,
my music.
Let's not carry around the MC.
My music too important. I ain't even gonna play when money started flowing in like it did about music. I had to throw that whole life away. Like, I'm cool. The rest just ain't even worth it. You feel me? When I was down bad and I wanted to get back to the old me, this was a better situation to keep me out of the streets. But other than that, I would never go back that route. Like, it was stupid. It really was.
People are surprised that people like me, you that did all this ridiculous stuff, that this is one of the few times I hope that you're talking about, but I don't like to talk about because people already think that without getting to know me, that I'm some like hard ass or something. Like, not really.
People love to feel like that, but with me it'd be opposite. I'm so chill.
Loser. Not a loser, but like a dork. I'm a nerd. I'm into all types of stuff. About all types of stuff.
I tell people all the time, I'm completely a loser.
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm not a world loser, but what the world classifies as a loser. Like, I play games, I watch anime, I like sports like that. You know what I mean? I'm a dork like that. That's what I do.
Right. See, and a lot of my music, even like all my music, is definitely parts of my life. Everything else, with the amount of stuff I've been through, but I do like to tell people, like, with everything I say, it's my real mentality. If it's you or me, I'm picking me. That's off rips. That's always how it's going to be. But as far other than that, bro, I hate drama. I hate fighting. I don't like to. I literally have songs where even start off with like one of my favorite songs. It literally in the beginning, it'll tell you like, I don't like to shoot. I do not want to, like, I'm not trying to be in no shootouts. I ain't trying to be in beef with nobody. I ain't trying to get into it with nobody. I want to be chill. I'm just trying to spend some money, make some money, and be chill. I'm trying to see the ones around me be up. I love when a person makes me up. I can't stand somebody around me who don't grind, who don't get it, who don't put in the time, money, and effort. So I don't even chill with them type of people no more. I've distanced myself. Right. But I want to be up in a way that I didn't see legally. I want to see. And the only way to do that is what half people think. Oh, you a lame. I mean, it's cool because, I mean, I've been popular and popping and almost died quite a bit of times popping. I ain't trying to do that. Ain't nothing about being cool in the grave.
That's right. That was my point. That was what I was getting at. Yeah, I was just like, I think we need to pause for the cause a little bit. Yeah. Not be young like that no more. Because we be thinking we bulletproof. We're not really.
When I was young, I used to think I was bulletproof for a while, but I'm not even gonna play. Like, at 15 is when I stopped thinking I was. That's like, I instantly got out of that mindset. Because, like, my sister didn't die in that way, but, like, at 5 days after my 15th birthday, my sister raised me like a mom. She got into a car accident with my nephew. They hit black ice on the way from Ohio to here. They went through the front windshield. They got hit by a semi truck. So she died, then my grandma died, then my uncle died, then my brother was murdered, and then my cousin was murdered. So I got the real concept, you know, that I am not, but like at 15, I hardcore got in my mind like anybody can go at any time. Mm-hmm. So I really got the concept of temporary, which made it worse for me for a while, but now I'm like, I got too much to live for, and I haven't hit the level where I can like pass and be something. Like, what am I handing my kids as a legacy at this point?
I hear you. I feel that, man. So before I get you out of here, what you got coming up? Like, you gonna be at it? You got any shows? You got any projects? You got anything coming out?
Shows currently, I've slowed down. I pulled back from them. You feel me? Want to book me? You know, holla at me. I definitely do paid shows, but Fort Wayne is a big. They like you to do stuff a little bit opposite way, and I'm just kind of burnt out on that part. But it's mostly because I got a lot of projects in the work. I have a project that's going to be coming out here soon. It's supposed to come out there in the summer. Had to get pushed back. Studio got upgraded and everything else. So I decided to push it back until I felt it was ready time for it. And I feel like the fall was really the time for it anyway. By me and Pre-Called Raw Talent. Then I have 2 more projects that's semi already done for the winter time. It's ready to come out.
That's what's up.
I got a mess of singles that's coming out. I work with a lot of artists here. So I'm about to say y'all can.
You work with Jeff and
I started Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Jeff literally started with me. Amazing lyricist. Like for real. Like
agreed.
I say me and Meeks go way back. We've been doing shows together since I think he was like 17. He wasn't even allowed to get in. He was like 16, 17. We were like, we not going in unless Meeks can come in type of situations. But I mean, I got a lot of people who got stuff coming out, so I'm so busy working. So also, I pushed everything back. I mean, Free Trail got music coming out. Saint consistently dropping. Shout out to Stu, all of them. Like I mess with most people in the city that people heard. I mess with them. A lot of them come to my studio. A lot of them are homeboys.
Let them know. Let me know about them and stuff. Get me in contact with them because that's what I do. So
if you do music from here,
I do everything, but I like to just, you know what I mean, give people out, you know what I mean, and find out about them because I just like to be a fan of people. Man, you know what I'm saying? This the best way for me. I know it sounds a little selfish, but I'm constantly, you know what I mean, looking at people and find like I just told you, I'm gonna look up some more stuff. I know my homie got a movie coming out and I want to see that and all stuff. So I'm gonna go see one of my brothers play tonight. So.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so
I say it's definitely needed love and support. Our city, I feel like don't do enough of it. We don't come together and push each other.
Oh man, I'm working on some big stuff because I'm gonna start doing some kind of nerdy shorter clips and stuff. Be doing be on the lookout for this. I'm gonna be doing a review of that PlayStation Classic and just like how I hacked it and all this. Everything, so just how it looks and how it plays, and have a little bit of footage of the menu and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be doing more stuff like that. And I just did I got the Spider-Man box in the mail. You can probably check that out. It's only like 8 minutes long. It just had a whole bunch of like different Spider-Man like nerdy stuff, and it had 2 pops in it. So
I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. My son,
I mean,
he's
show him
obsessed with Spider-Man.
Yeah, show him because I got a bunch of stuff I'm gonna be doing. So it'll be kid friendly too. I try not to cuss and that type of thing. These are the only thing I like to just be honest. You know what I mean? If the person, I try to be respectful of a person across me. So if they don't live their life like that or they don't, you know what I mean, want to be represented.
I definitely know 90% of the people you meet through me are very honest about their life.
Yeah,
open.
Yeah, so for sure, man.
They're all good people. I'm about to say it's a lot of, one thing people don't realize, it's a lot of talent in our city. It's a lot of time to mess with our city.
I agree, man. Of all colors, shapes, sizes, genders. I want to get more females on, but they get a lot of the females got kids and they got a job and then they also got their thing. So I'm not mad about it, but I do want y'all like really bad.
I do got a female. Actually, I got a female artist that definitely probably could work out. I got one. She's like the last one I find serious. Not to say it like that. No disrespect and no lack of love for the females in the city. And I'm not gonna say it like that.
You don't know them all. You don't know every female in the city, so it's not.
I know it. No, it's somehow. It is that. They're really skilled. Like, it's just they have boyfriends that's overly protective. Their dedication don't be the same. But I can say that for most of the males too.
Well, this ain't my girlfriend is in the other room, so for one. But even still, like this is not. I'm not
even worried about you.
This, I know.
Like
but I'm
their
just
boyfriends, saying. Like I'm just.
But
saying,
if they with that with you, then they gonna be like that, especially somebody they don't know. And I just want everybody to know, like that. This ain't no Harvey Weinstein. Even if I had 1 million followers, like this ain't that. This ain't happening,
and that's
bro.
why I just explained
No.
But there is. Shout out, we do have a lot of good females. Like Nay.
I don't know.
I'm about to say, I have to get you in, set you up with Nay.
I know a lot of people here, but I don't know everybody.
Really decent. I've seen her a lot of shows. I don't talk to her much in person. Meeks definitely rocks with her heavier than I do. Okay. But Nay, musically inclined, is definitely one of them. Aliza Little, she does her thing. When it comes to vocals, I have to get like female vocalists. I hands down have to give it to her. But I know quite a bit of them. I would love to see our female singing raise up some more. I would love to see them break out. because they really need to, and they do. They do.
I don't want anybody to get the impression that I don't, but I've reached out, and it's just they just busy, and you know what I mean. I haven't seen anybody that's single, has just a job and just doing the thing. Like there's no kid. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying I haven't came across them. I'm not so.
I got like 12 hard years,
and I know a lot of dads got kids. The guys I have won't have a kid or something like that. So, but it's just you know, I mean, it's different sometimes. For
it's different for everybody.
Yeah, right.
I want to see more of the consistency with our city.
Oh man, I'm trying, man. Yeah.
I gotta give it to Saint. The most consistent person, hands down, from the fort is Saint 300. That's the most consistent dropper I've recorded personally. I've been around like that. Besides, I swear, Saint 300 works so much. I have to give a shout out to Saint just for the level that he stayed consistent for our city. He consistently. Like, Stu do his thing too. Don't get me wrong. I got love for all of y'all. Shout out to all the homies for real. I mess with all of y'all. But big shout out to the ones who really staying consistent and keeping their goals set. If I ain't mention your name, it ain't no disrespect. But our city about to take off a lot more than people realize. It's just taking a little bit longer than what was expected because it seemed like we can't get all of our ducks in line.
Well, I think with the old heads and new and the people our age and the younger people that's about to be 18, it's gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? And especially with that's what I was telling older guy I know that's like a big mentor for me. But I was just letting him like it's kind of different now. Like you can get paid through all types of stuff, so the money ain't a problem. Which the problem is exposure. But now we got exposure covered, so when you get a little bit more like healthy exposure on, you know what I mean, everything work out as long as you stay consistent. Mm-hmm. You just gotta stay consistent. You know what I mean, find out what's working and what ain't working. So, well, I'm glad I got to get you on here, man. Sometimes I'm gonna get a gang of homies and just start like a anime show. Just have y'all come on and review. Y'all give me something to look up on because I have stopped watching anime. Other than I just got back into watching heavy anime that I haven't seen before. Because anything from Naruto and on, I never seen. So I just finally watched all of Naruto Shippuden, and Hunter x Hunter, and
I love Hunter x
Hunter. Yeah, so I'm getting into them slowly.
Have you watched Mob Psycho?
No. See, don't go foreign on me. Don't go foreign.
It's actually dubbed versions too, but because I watched it all, I watched it all dubbed. But
too many of them.
Mob Psycho, I think it's 101 or 103, but definitely worth it. I say, have you ever watched One Punch Man?
Nope, I heard of it, but I've never seen One Punch Man.
He has kind of the same personality as One Punch Man. He's like a middle schooler with Saitama. He has a ridiculous amount of power, and he's like psychic. He has like for real ridiculous amounts, but he's like this super shy, awkward, weird goofball with like this overachieving younger brother, and it's really worth watching. Like even the mental breakdown of it, like the understanding, like his brother finally got his abilities in it, and like him actually expressing, like, I never actually liked you, like I feared you. He was like, I no longer feared you until he realized like he still was nothing compared to his brother, and his brother's like the most mild mannered, nicest person. But all right, it's Mob Psycho 100 because it's all about his emotions.
All right, well, don't tell me too much because I'm gonna watch.
It's definitely worth a watch.
I'm gonna get a list down because I got a few other ones.
In 2 days, I watched the whole thing from beginning to end. Like, I power watched it in like 2 days.
But, all right, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Good luck. Keep doing your thing. That's how I say, everybody. Y'all
just keep looking out. My music out here on every platform: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Right. Anywhere you want to look, Nothing But Talent 2. NUTTIN, but Talent 2. Okay. It's everywhere right now.
All right, bro. Y'all check them out, please. Like, subscribe on the videos. Check out some more stuff. Hit that notification button. Check out my guy, man.